This is Beverly Taylor with Friday Night Glory. I'm here with Paul Miranda of the Real Talk Nation, and he's here to bring us his UIL State Basketball Championship predictions for this year. Paul, why don't you go ahead and start?
All right, Final Four for the 6A class division. First game, Dallas Skyline versus Cypress Falls. The Eagles versus the Red Raiders. Cypress Falls is ranked number 3 in Max Prep, number 8 in TABC. I like them. They got a lot of size. A kid by the name of Nigel Hawkins, 6'3" junior. Guy has length, crazy handles. It can have you leaning on the right side and be gone to the left. So you better be careful with him. He'll be matched up, I'm sure, against Marcus Garrett for Dallas Skyline. Marcus Garrett is headed to Kansas after this season to play in the fall. So I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup. Some of the guys that pay particular close attention to for the Eagles. Trajan Wesley, 5'10" guard that can really fill it up pretty nice. Kendall Scott is a 6'5" junior that he's averaging about 10 points per game. 33, number 33, Deshane Weaver, 6'7" junior, can block shots, rebound pretty well. So I think it's going to be a good game as far as athleticism is concerned. I definitely got to roll with the Red Raiders to advance on into the championship game. Too much athleticism and too much defense, and everybody that knows their role is in Skyline. So I definitely anticipate Skyline, very well coached. My man Paul Graham is a Dallas legend, so I think he'll pull this one out. Skyline should advance. The second game, we're looking at the Keller Indians going up against San Antonio Wagner. Man, what more can you say about the Indians and the guy by the name of RJ Nembhard? I'm been having kind of nightmares, if you will, because I've been saying all year how they haven't really played anybody throughout the season. But little did I know, not playing against all the tougher teams apparently helped build the confidence in some of those other players that had to carry a bigger role than we all anticipated, and they've been getting it done. I keep seeing Danny Manning in the miracles all over again with Keller. RJ Nembhard is playing the Danny Manning role. I just think San Antonio Wagner's too deep. Man, they've got Baylor bound 6'9" post player Tristan Clark, who I think is going to be absolutely a problem for the Keller Indians. I don't see anyone containing him. Jalen Jackson is a 5'9" sophomore point guard that can really fill the basket up quick. He can move the ball pretty fast up and down the floor. Definitely anticipate that being a problem. I do like my man Jarrett Bowman for the Keller Indians. This guy, he makes those extra possessions for the Indians. He gives them life. Just when you're counting them out, he comes in, gets a steal or something, makes a great pass here for a guy cutting to the basket to get an easy bucket. I just think he's fouled out both, 2 of the last 3 games that they played, and he was real big in. But I just think Jalen Jackson is going to give him a problem. He's real physical, or he can be real physical for smaller guards like Jarrett Bowman. Also, pay particular close attention to a guy named Deron Clark, 6'4" junior. Again, as I told you, Tristan Clark is 6'9". This kid is 6'4". I see matchup issues already for the Indians. Now, I do know the Indians, they like to run that 1-2-2 zone defense. It kind of looks like a flat line 3-2 when you first look at it and so forth. But I think if they have to match up, it's going to have a problem. Now, I know you guys are sitting back saying, hey, they don't do the man-to-man, but just in case they do, that's going to be a problem. Now, the reason why I said they might have to come out of that 1-2-2, Jalen Jackson, another kid by the name of Kevin McClure, another 6'4" sophomore that can really handle the ball. I think they can give that kind of 1-2-2 defense of the Indians a problem with their penetration. So I'm really expecting San Antonio Wagner to knock the glass slipper off of Keller in this game Friday night. I think that one is at what 8:30. That game, yeah, that's the 8:30 game Friday night. So I hate to say it. I know I've been saying it all along. Keller's going to lose. Keller's going to lose. They keep winning. They keep winning. Well, Keller fans, hopefully the pattern will continue. So, but I'm going to stick to course right now and say, hey, I think San Antonio Wagner's a little too strong for the Keller Indians in this one. Moving on to 5A, the 7:30 game Thursday, Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial going up against Mansfield Timberview. The Wolves are loaded, and we've seen them many nights on Friday Night Glory. They've got a three-headed monster that's hard to contain. 6'3" Isaac Likely, man, biggest bully in town. Probably going to be one of the biggest bullies in the state of Texas. The kid can handle the ball very well. He gets to the basket with ease. He absorbs contacts and still finishes through contact. I'm really loving this guy. And plus, you leave him open for a couple of jump shots, he'll pop that too. I know that's going to be a problem. Tim Johnson, number 10, he's a senior, 6'3" point guard. This guy's got a great mid-range game, pull-up game, jump shots from the elbows. He dishes the ball out, spreads it around pretty well. Real smooth kind of guy, man. Another guy, Chris Mullins, 2018 kid, 6'3" guy. One of the best guys, I think, probably in the state of Texas. I know. I normally say in the area, the Metroplex, the DFW Metroplex, but I'm going to say the state of Texas on this. This guy gets to the rim quicker than most. Okay, I don't know if it's not the most. He is one of them. So those three guys can be a problem for any team. I know they gave Waxahachie fits in the 3 games that they had to play Waxahachie, finally clipping the Indians in regional. Very, very excited about their opportunities to advance in this one. What do we know about Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial? Well, had to go do some research a little bit and put some work in to find out about him. Will Shayer, I hope I'm saying that right. Shayer, Chayer, 6'7" junior, post player, averaging about 14 points, 8.4 rebounds, and almost 3 blocks per game. That in itself, right there, that description will cause a problem for Mansfield Timberview, because I think their biggest guy on that squad is like 6'5", 6'6", and William Owens, the senior post. Although he doesn't provide much in the paint, he can shoot, or the mid-range game and so forth. That could create a problem for Veterans Memorial if he gets to extend and bring the chair kid out of the paint. Don't know if they do a whole lot of zones or man-to-man as far as the Veteran Memorial Eagles are concerned. I hadn't got anybody give me a scouting tip on that yet, but they've got some shooters. Peyton Smith, the 6'1" senior guard, 13.4 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, almost 2 steals per game. Kid can flat out shoot it. I think I saw he had like 357 field goals attempts for the season at a 44% shooting rate. That's pretty good. 470 points scored. Shayer had like 262 field goal attempts at a 65%. So definitely a lot of posts, inside the paint points for him as well. Look out for another kid by the name of Brock Barton, 5'10" junior. He can shoot it as well. Another one is Nathan Perez. So with that said, I don't see, when I look at some of the videos of Veterans Memorial, I don't think they're going to be able to go up and down with Timberview. Their interior passing, I think, will be a problem. I think Chayer, I don't know the correct pronunciation of his name. I think he's going to be in foul trouble. I can see that easily because they penetrate the Wolves. They penetrate the gap so well. And not only do they bring the bigs, out to stop the penetration, they also make great interior passes inside that paint, and I think that's going to be just way too much for the Eagles of Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. So I see my prediction being Mansfield Timberview wins pretty big in this one. The next game, Fort Bend Marshall going up against Justin Northwest at 8:30 on Thursday night. Fort Bend Buffaloes, man, they weren't predicted to win their district when the season started, but man, somewhere down in the middle of the district, they got it together. 31-7 overall record, 13-3 in District 23 5A. John Walker, 6'9" senior. Remember this name right here. John Walker, 6'9", okay? Guy has guard handling skills, ball handling skills. I'm telling you, he will have you in Mansfield Timberview or Mansfield, and all of a sudden, next you know, you're in South Dallas somewhere. I mean, that crossover will have you, I'm telling you, in one county to the next. Be careful because he's real long, and I'm telling you, he will have you on your heels. I can see a lot of YouTube videos coming from this game alone. This guy has the ball handling skills to have some people leaning the wrong way. Jabari Rice, a 6'3" senior, averaging about 10 points per game. Be careful of him. This kid can shoot. He can get to the rim. He defends. He runs the floor. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup seeing them against Timberview if it happens. I know I'm going ahead of myself on this, but if it were to happen, that would be a great matchup to see. Jabari Rice going up against Chris Mullen, two guys that can get to the cup real quick. Going further, Anthony Norman is a 5'11" junior that can fill it up pretty well. Tajmel Sherman is a 6'3" senior, can really score. Very athletic, has deep range. I mean, he's got a scope on that range, that gun he has, man. So be careful when he lines up to shoot it, no matter where he's at on the floor. Another guy, I hope I don't butcher this name. DeQuasimar Weish is a 5'10" senior guard. He signed with Duquesne. So this guy here, I'm telling you, is pretty quick, can shoot it. Real good defensively and so forth. So I think, like I said, Marshall, very athletic team, got good three-point shooters. Justin Northwest, on the other hand, Avery, the Sundance kid, Anderson, a 2019 kid that really knows how to fill it up. Avery's about 6'2", sophomore that gets up and down the floor, shoots it from anywhere. He's going to be joined with Julian Smith, a 6'1" freshman. Be careful of him, number 23. This guy can score as well. Jordan Keys, a 6'2" junior, great athleticism. Will be big on the boards. Another guy that'll be big on the boards for Northwest is Darrell Simpson, 6'8" junior. Kid is a football player, got a lot of weight on him, good weight, good basketball weight that can really clog up the paint and so forth. So I think it's going to be a problem for the Texans because, I don't see them being able to keep up on the floor. Going up and down the floor, with the Buffaloes of Fort Bend Marshall. So I'm thinking they're gonna give the Texans a pretty good ride. So I'm seeing Fort Bend Marshall advancing to take on Timberview for the finals in 5A. All right, 4A. We got Freeport, Brazosport going up against Midlothian Heritage, the Jaguars. Where did you come from? You're already headed down the road to San Antonio. Congratulations. Man, what can I say? I don't know a whole lot about you other than some of the players that I'm reviewed over the rosters, if you will. Mike Holland, a 6'3" senior, 13 points, 11 rebounds in the regional final against Seminole. This kid here seems to have a pretty good post game from what the videos have pretty much showed. Seth Golden, a 5'10" senior, 9.3 points per game. 34. Stephen Wallace, a 6'5" senior post. 8.6 per game. I mean, they pretty much got some good scorers. Carry-on Fields, 5'9" junior, is the point guard. He had 10 points in the regional finals. Brazosport, looking at their team, the videos that I've seen so far. Hunter Quick, a 6'8" junior post. Great post moves. He has a good up and under from the left side of the floor. Tough to stop, man. He blocks shots. He doesn't go into the body of the opponent coming in for baskets. He goes straight up. It's kind of hard shooting over a 6'8" kid like that when the tallest guy on your team is like 6'4" or 6'5". I think he'll be a problem. You got to get him in foul trouble, I think, to really slow down Brazosport. Having a problem with that name. Getting that out. Jalen Anderson, number 3, is a 6'1" junior. This guy is athletic, gets to the cup real easy, has a nice pull-up jumper game with a step back or a side step. And he'll have you and he'll take that side step and put it up from the free throw line all the way to the three-point line. So he's pretty accurate. Be careful of that. Daniel Ortiz is another 5'10" senior guard that can shoot, very, very deadly from the corners. Chris Rosal is 5'2" senior, the point guard captain, pretty good shooter, a good ball handler, really runs the offense pretty well. That game I'm seeing pretty much. I want to go with the DFW team. You know what? I'm gonna go with the DFW team because you know what? I looking at the videos, I don't know who Brazosport has been playing. So I know they're 32-3, 10-0 in their district. They're ranked number 3, TABC wise. So I'm gonna go with the upset. Come on, Midlothian Heritage, bring this home for the DFW. All right. The other game, Argyle Eagles going up against Silsbee. Oh, my goodness. If you've been following my rankings throughout the year, you've noticed that Argyle has pretty much stayed in my rankings all year from pretty much from the tip to the end. So kind of got a little fond feelings for the Argyle Eagles there. David Davis, a shooting guard that can really light it up. Nathan Pretty is another 6'2" guard that can fill the buckets up pretty good. They have a 6'7" post by the name of John Harding, that does very well in the paint. Silsbee, we seen them, here in the DISD holiday tournament. They almost won it. They took Lancaster pretty deep. I think it went to overtime. Before finally losing to Lancaster, I do believe. I'm not sure if they won or lost that one. But I know it was a great game. I know that they took out the defending 4A state champs, Lincoln, in the holiday tournament. That was a rematch from the championship game of last year. So Silsbee's looking to get back to the championship game this year. The guys that they have, they've got a freshman that is really kind of tipped the scales for the Tigers this year by the name of Braylon Bush, a 5'5" freshman that really knows how to score it from deep, getting to the basket. I mean, he's really quick. Kind of reminds me of Bryce Cooks for South Grand Prairie. He's somewhat in that mode, if you will. Another guy by the name of Jordan Adams, though, 6'3", 2019 player that's already committed to Baylor as a point guard. He's very exciting to watch, very athletic. Michael McCann is a 6'2" senior, and Kalen Barnes, another 6'2" junior. Both of them are outstanding football players as well. So, just talking about that right now, you can kind of get the idea of what Silsbee is about. They're very athletic. They're going to press. They're going to do all kind of amoeba defenses at you. They're going to throw everything at you. I don't know if Argyle is going to be able to handle that as far as their pressure. But because I have been pretty much a faithful Argyle Eagle fan throughout the whole year, I'm going to call an upset. And this one would be a very big upset because Silsbee is number 1. And no, I'm not just being a homer in this pick right now. I think the way Argyle controls the game. And I do mean, there's sets. And I know those Houston area kind of teams down there, they don't like people that take the air out the ball and so forth. You see it on Twitter. They're complaining about how Skyline just did number one was that Forest Klein Forest.
Klein Forest.
Klein Forest. Yeah. They were upset on Twitter about how that game was played. I think the final score was 31-29. You might see that in this one, right? There's something like that. The Argyle Eagles are not in any hurry to score points. Now they can, and they will take them when presented if they're easy opportunities. But if it's not, trust me, they're very patient about scoring how they want to score. So Russell Perkins, the head coach for the Eagles, has a pretty strong hold as far as what kind of game he's going to allow his kids to play. So, again, I'm going with Silsbee to lose this game to Argyle. Like I said, I just think David Davis and the crew, they know how to play. They've been playing together for years. I like that. So I'm going with them to win that game.